Hey guys, how you doing? Let's do puzzles. Okay. Boom. Should be interesting, guys. Sorry about not communicating. My idea is this. I'm going to think about playing, if he plays down here, I'm going to play A3, and if he plays A2, I'm going to go A4, or I might just go straight up A4. That might be best. Yeah, I think I'll just go straight up A4. Yeah, don't mess around. Don't mess around at all. I believe I can almost... I think he's got a check here. And I just come down. So if he takes here, can I play there? Takes there. Take there. Have that. Don't lose my rook. What about rook check right away? Oh, this here? Well, you can easily if he plays this, you just bring your king back to d2, and you've got everything somewhat locked up. He might try at that point there. But I believe we can win a pawn after that. Yeah, we can win a pawn after that. Yeah, so he's kind of lost. He's going to let his time run. They'll let their time run. And then we'll get on to our London system. This is the London. I had to make a second file. It's London System 2. And what it is now we're getting into the Dutch defense versus the London system. One second. Excuse me. In my opinion, I think the Dutch defense is the hardest one. They're saying that the King's Indian's the hardest one to handle versus the London system. The London system, I mean, against the King's Indian. I'm kind of thinking that potentially it's more of the Dutch. That's just my opinion. It's more of a solider opening, and you have to hack away at it at the right moment. And rook, queen h8 wins a pawn. There we go. Okay, we got a win on that one. Okay, let's get into our London system. Let's do it. Do it to it. We're gonna go on through it. Okay. Now, this is the setup for the Dutch defense, or they call it the Dutch defense. That's what it is. Sorry, for a second I had to think there. Okay, there. It's just you're setting up kind of, and then he says this is his favorite. I like this aggressive move for white. When facing the Leningrad Dutch, black must either waste the tempo with e6 or d5, which leads to a hyper modern, basically Leningrad Stonewall. And so he either has to play here, which is what was playing the game, or he has to play here, and that leads to a hyper. Basically, when they say hyper Leningrad Stonewall. So there's two ways to handle it: there or there. So e6 is played, and then we G4. There we go. I just wanted to make sure I had everything. E6. There's E6, and now we're going to look at D5, the Leningrad setup. So bishop B3. I mean hyper-modern Leningrad. That's what I mean. Not Leningrad. Hyper-modern Stonewall. Leningrad. Yeah, that's a mouthful for you right there. C6 to cement this. So his knight can move on d5. Knight bd2. Now at the right moment we can play c4. So knight e4. This cements the knight on e4. Knight e5. Knight takes d. Queen takes. D3. No, hold on. Oh, knight D7. Yeah, we go knight. We don't want to trade off our beautiful knight. This would wreck our structure. So we want to keep our knight on the board. Okay, knight D6. F3. This stops any infiltration points. Also, it allows for, if he plays here, we can just retreat our bishop back and then have a prepare the E4 push. Knight H5, which is what he played. Bishop H2, like what we talked about. A6 to cement everything. He's trying to make a stonewall setup. This is kind of the setup right here, like this. It looks like it actually goes back to General Stonewall Jackson, so the American Civil War. So that's kind of why they had the phrase, there's General Jackson and his men standing like a stone wall. And they rallied behind that. Yeah, you read them the Bible every night, so they knew where they were going if something was to happen, bad in the war. That's truly the thing. A3. This allows for, if he plays A4, to play bishop to A2. So we castle kingside. So we have now opposite castling. Wow. And now G4. Wham. Bang. White was faster. This is actually from a game. Let's see if the game comes up. No game found, huh? That's perplexing. A sound sacrifice. It turned into a Banco style gambit on the king sides. Instead of the Banco being on the queen side, it's a king side Banco. So queen d7. If black accepts the gift, which black can't accept g takes because it's going to be a disaster for him if he does. H takes. And if d5 to attack, bishop d3, and this the king side's open. If black ever wants to castle, now white has an in route for a mega attack. Pieces are pointing that way. Boom here, there. Knight's coming in. Or knight's coming in. Queen comes up. Knight comes up. Or castle. Queen side, and white's ready for the onslaught. It would not be fun for black. So knight takes g5, which is another mistake. It's like, wait, didn't you just give him a pawn? Yeah, but remember, this comes with an attack. Wham. h5 check. With a winning attack, because if he takes, let's see what, I'm kind of curious. Oh yeah, you take here. That's right. And then you just grab the rook. So that's why that gets an exclam mark. That was a sweet combo. So we can't accept. Oh, wait a second. Where am I at? Okay, takes. Okay, if knight takes g right away, again it's a question mark. I forgot the second line in my notes. So then g5, knight f6, and then bishop takes. It is great for white, who regains the pawn without losing any advantage. So if he takes here, we can take back with our knight attacking the queen and the dark square bishop. Big attack for us. Big, 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 big. Huge. So he plays queen to e7, knight c3, rook to g1 was actually a safer alteration. So that if takes, you could take back, and if he thinks about castling, he's castled right into your rook attack. So not fun. The world's open to black, and white's ready to deliver the final assault. Knight bd2. There's also, now black can accept, black may be able to accept the sacrifice with g takes f. It's an interesting idea, but I really don't like opening up the king like that. That's kind of a little too as I would say. You don't want to do that. The knight is black is a pawn up, and white tends to castle queenside anyways. What's black gonna do? He's so undeveloped, and we have enough potential idea with a knight to g5, another attack on this knight and the pawn. So you have to constantly keep that in mind. Yeah, and white has excellent compensation in the form of the open G file and H file. Wham! So for the pawn, we got two open files. The king, most likely for black, would castle kingside, and if he tries castling queenside, that's fine with us. We just take scope on these two pawns and just pick them off as the little army comes in. Boom, boom. We just keep picking them off. So we play knight bd7, g takes, f takes, rook g1 to attack the bishop, and also now if he tries to castle, hello, you're right into a pin, my friend, right into a pin. Queen b6 and bishop b3. White's just tidying up everything. He's getting everything nice and cleaned up, so his king can go to the secondary castling spot instead of his main fort. He's got a fort on the queen side, not as safe, but you know what? It's good enough. It has guards in there and an army to protect. So the pieces are just saying, don't worry, king. We're cleaning up. We're cleaning your throne. You can come in when it's time, and we're ready. So don't worry. And so the king's like, I won't worry. And the queen's like, I'll protect you, your liege, and so you can castle queenside, my liege. So d7, a5, a4. The last bit of cleanup, as I would say, for this. You have to make sure so that if he takes there, you want to keep this bishop on this long diagonal. It's really a wonderful placement if black is to castle, which he does. a5 was played, which is a mistake. There's castle queenside, which is actually best in this line. He shouldn't have lashed out irrationally with this attack. It's going to cost him the game. Knight takes. Knight takes. Hold on, let me see. Do I have that right? I takes. Oops. Knight takes. Okay, e takes d. And a6. Now we're undermining. We're taking an attack on the queen side. We don't have to actually castle. Our king's pretty safe, even in the center. So b6, and then queen to d3, with potentially king d2. Let me see here. with only a small edge for white in this line. It's only a small edge, slight edge. Because black's king's actually safe. White's king, not so much. But black's cramped, so it makes up for it. This was overstretching. B5, because that allows the knight to come in. A takes B, A takes B. Now we have, if he is to castle queenside, we can actually come clobbering in there and go wham right at him. Boom. Knight B6, G5. This pins the, and then B6, which is another mistake. Black is in big trouble with, and this move makes matters worse because he should maybe try to open up the king side, maybe with C. If takes, he may have a G file, the B file open. That might have been better than this move here because there's now no way to open the position up. This actually helps white to the 10th degree, or the 18th degree as they would say. One second, I need to get a drink and then we'll get right back into it. Hold on. Nice water, yummy. Especially when your throat's dry from talking a lot. Okay, B6, knight H5. The threat is bishop takes D5, then pawn takes the bishop, and then knight takes, grabbing a pawn. So queen to F2, and white just goes, white goes wham, bang, and could you imagine he just takes the, I know what white feels, he takes it, goes click, and then he grabs it, stops the clock. And black has to sit there thinking, wow, what did I just do? This is not fun. Then you go boom, you take there, queen takes. At first you check because you want to be able to castle and you don't want him castling. So he goes E2, E7. Because you don't want this to, you don't want the queen to come here, because if you had, let me see, does he have a line that goes with that? F7. I'm sorry guys, there's another line that I missed. Instead of queen to F7, my bad. If he goes queen D7, we go queen to F3, and now we got to pin this our D3. Wait a second, did I play F3? Does it want D3? Oh, it does want F3. My bad there again. Okay, now we have knight to B8. Rook B8, and bishop takes. It's a bit, no, it's bishop take. Gotcha. I took it again the wrong way. Just like when I do that. There. Knight takes. And then we take the e pawn. Overloading the queen. The queen takes. Oops. Nope. And then I have to delete that move. Let's see. What did I? Okay. Overload. Okay. Takes e6. Then overloads the piece. What did I? Oh, I gotcha. If knight takes, e takes, and then queen takes, not that. And what's going on here? There's something that I missed here. Hold on. Instead of takes there. I'm missing something here. Hold on, guys. Because I had this put in my notes right. I just gotta make sure I doing this right. Hold on. Oh, I see. Okay. If bishop takes, yeah, he had the wrong piece taking. Gotcha. And then not f takes. Wrong. It was inputted incorrectly. Perfect. Gotcha. And that gets an exclamation mark. That can't be right. That hangs a knight. Oh, maybe it's not bishop. Maybe it's that takes. What am I putting in incorrectly here? Hold on. You know what? Sometimes you have to go back through and look at your notes to make sure that you're putting stuff in right. Because it's hard to look down at sometimes the pad to make sure everything is going right as rain. So D, queen there, rook b8, bishop takes f6, bishop. Oh, not knight takes. Duh. That's the whole reason. Bishop takes. There we go. Okay. I knew I forgot something somewhere. Let's see. Okay, if bishop takes, bishop takes, then you play bishop takes e6. Let's see. Let me see. That's d5, d5, pawn takes d5. Wait, no, it can't be right. I'm doing something totally wrong here. There's bishop takes, and then there's knight takes. So if knight takes, we're just gonna do the knight takes, because some reason I think I might be putting it in wrong or something. You take there, and it overloads the queen. Oh, I see, because that hangs. Okay. And so if bishop takes, then you can actually take with the knight. And if he takes back, you just play bishop takes. There we go. Got it. Yay! We got it. Huh. That was hard enough. That gets an exclam, sorry. There we go. Okay. We will do this. So he takes, bishop takes, rook, knight. bishop takes, then queen to f3, and you regain the piece. So the queen just decided to take. Check. King h. Queen takes. Now white has a winning position here due to 3 reasons. 1, he is cleaning the pawns up on the king side. 2, he dominates all the light squares. Boom, 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 boom. All the pawns are almost on. Yeah, and then 3, the king is secured due to the principle starting out opposite colored bishops. The king is saved, and this favors the attacker. So we're the attacker. If it's opposite colored bishops, it favors the attacker because there's no way to challenge the same bishop. So that's cool. Rook A to E8. King D2. Wham! Yes. And then there's Queen G4. You could play it safe, he says, and keep it safe. And keep the queens on the board with C3. F takes G. F takes G. F2 check. And King D3 exclam. There's when black won't survive very long because look at the pressure he's under. He's got that coming down his throat. He's got an army coming from the east, an army coming from the west, and of all things, the south. And he's trying to defend in the north, and that isn't gonna happen. It ain't gonna do it. Okay, oops, let's go to G5. So he plays bishop H takes, king takes, E4, rook E7, A4, forcing black to defend C7 because this makes C4 possible for an attack on his backward C7 pawn. G5 and then king to E2. We're trying to now infiltrate on the dark squares. It's the F3 plan of infiltration. King H8, King F3, there, Rook C, and we're attacking here. We don't want to walk on that because there would be a discovery. We do not want that. King, and he has to keep an eye there. He's in kind of Zook swamp almost. And then Rook to C6. White can forgo the. Basically, he's saying White can not have to do this. He could play E5 right away and get an exclam mark. Because what he's planning on doing is D takes, Rook C6 check, King F5, and bishop to E4 threat, and that's mate. So if he plays King to F5 right away, there, queen there, and a king there, and then rook takes G5, and we pick up a piece, and white wins a piece there. So he kind of went a little too hyper there when he allowed black to protect the bishop. Same result's gonna happen though in the end. H4, bishop takes, H4, E5, exclam, F5, A4 check, king a6. Yeah, e6, g6 check, king d7, and then bishop to f5. And this is where the game stopped, but the continuation would lead to mate. King d8, because he doesn't want to. He could walk into a pin, and then we can basically pick everything up, be up in exchange. That'd probably be a better for him, but I think we can check at that point. Like if we played here, check, and then if he tried blocking there, you then could actually, first of all, take, and then check, and then you grab the rook. So you'd be up a whole rook in that line. So he's he had to move back, and I'm gonna leave it to you guys. I want you guys to find the mate. You guys do the mate. I'm leaving it up to you guys to find this. It's really beautiful. I'll give you guys a little bit of time here. So you guys pick it out. It's you guys. It's on you guys now. Come on. You guys got this. Don't fear. Choose the correct move. Or like from Indiana Jones. Choose wisely. What would you play here? I'll give you 3 options, and then you guys can kind of take a choice and jump in to see if you would like to choose. There's rook c takes d6 check, or rook takes rook g takes d6 check. There's e takes, or e takes d6. It's your guys' decision. If you're watching via YouTube, stop right now, take a look, choose one of those 3, and see if those actually work, which one leads to mate. Okay, I will show you guys now. King there, g takes f, takes, and then a rook to c8. Okay, and now we will go into our puzzles, and I'll be right back. You guys take scope and look at this. Make sure you guys choose. Don't move too fast. Don't type in too fast. Look at the board and see what the drawback is. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. let's see here. So we played rook. He played there. Move back. Excuse me. 1 second. Gotta get a drink of water. Oh, much better. Okay. Thinking about playing rook. Oops. Rook f3. And if pawn takes, so if rook f3, if pawn takes, we mate. Rook f3. If pawn if pawn pushes, what do we have then? Nothing. Actually, we have queen. At that point, we have queen h. I don't understand what happened there. Why doesn't this work? It's mate in 1. I missed that. Drat. Gotta work more on my tactics. Get them down. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright. So what is the drop? We have to think drawback. What's the drawback to that move? No longer guards there. So the knight that was here guarded these squares. So can we make an idea based on that? Let's see if we played rook takes. Let's say rook takes the pawn on f2. Queen takes f2. Or could we play bishop takes rook? The only sitch I see about bishop f6 is that he can, or I have to do the other way around, is he could play bishop takes h6. Yeah, this is kind of the idea I'm taking a look at, because then if rook takes, yeah, then that actually does take scope on that at that point, yeah. But does he still have anything at that point, though? Let's see. Bishop takes, rook takes, and then there. Could he actually just take at that point? Well, no. Then we can actually take here, and we're attacking his rook. So any silly discovery he does, he'll lose it. He'll have to move his rook. Sweet. Yeah. So that does work out. Nice job. Good job, guys. Good job. See, we took our time. We looked to see what was going on. Good work. Good work. Second. Boy, I have like a dry throat for some reason. Okay. Trying to think here. So he's no longer guarding there or there. So maybe there's a way we can infiltrate in there. It could also be just a waste of a move. That could be an interesting idea, because then what would happen? I like that idea, because if we play here, let's say pushes, we come over. Let's say queen goes there. Not queen, but rook. King. And let's say we takes. Are we missing something though? We could just push at that. Yeah, let's do this. So H3, C5, rook, C2, king, D3, H2, if king takes C2, H1 equals queen. That's one line, so H3, C5 again, rook, C2, C7, H2, C8 equals queen. Oops, not that equals queen. Rook takes c8. Rook takes b2, and then you have h1 equals queen. So I'm liking that move. Yeah, I was looking at that, but I'm just not sure what to do after queen to h4. I guess we could. Oh yeah, that makes sense here. And there. And then if he takes, we can actually take at that point and attack the queen. Huh. See if we take here. Okay. H takes G4. Then bishop takes F4. So that this can't be played yet. We could try F takes E5. Ah, come on, where's my thing? F takes E5. Bishop takes D2, and then king takes D2. I believe that's the move. We can't take H takes, because then he'll win in exchange. He'll win in exchange, protected by the queen. So first we have to get rid of the queen. The bishop takes the queen, then we take. And even if he takes here, this is still hanging right there. The knight's hanging, and we're up in exchange at that point. Yeah, let's go for it. Holy Ravi. What did I... So we take... What am I missing here? What am I... Oh... Oh man, that's not good there. I missed that. I can't believe I missed that take. Ah, drat, 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 double drat. Erg. Arg. We have him on the back foot. Let's see if we can't execute. So rook takes g6, queen takes g6. We check, hang there, and then we checkmate there. Okay. So takes, king takes, and then rook g8. Oh, don't tell me, is it that? What am I missing? Oh, you want to see why rook takes didn't work? I think it's a drawn position at that point. let's see here. Take a break for a second. We'll just play a game, and then we'll get back into it. Man. If we don't get one by 11:48, we'll get back into our puzzles. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did miss that, didn't I? Okay. There's no way he could stop that stuff, so we'll just go back to our tactics. It's game over now. He'll just let his time run. Let's see, how can we... I'm trying to see if there's any way we can sack a... Well, there is this here. Knight takes... Knight takes pawn, if bishop takes, we take check, and if bishop comes back, we grab the knight. Let's just check to make sure if, okay, he's still letting his time run. Let's see. What am I missing here? We could play, it may just be a check. Maybe a quick check here. Yeah, he kinda had a bad mouth there, so we just turned it off. He got really upset. That was just bad stuff, like name calling and stuff. Yeah, we don't want to repeat that stuff. People have a bad temper when they lose. You know what? You have to be a gracious loser. It's not fun to lose. You take it and learn from it. You don't get upset at the other person. You know what? If you made mistakes, like I made a mistake. I could have taken the knight. I didn't take the knight, but I didn't let it, you know, get me down. If I would have lost, we would have learned from it. Well, you have to make sure your moves work, though. That one move when I was moving up the board, and I thought, oh no, it checked. Then I realized his pawn wasn't protected, so I could just grab the pawn with my king. remember, it's not about destroying, it's about learning. That's the whole thing. I get into that, crunch and crash and all that and smash, but it's all about learning. That's the whole point. You learn when you win, you learn when you lose. I'm trying to see if we play Queen F, Queen F, Queen takes F7, Queen takes D1, check, King H2. If Queen gets greedy and then takes B1, we can actually play Queen takes D7, and I think we're down some material, but we have enough attacking pieces to compensate for that. Okay, see, less time run. So here, there, come back, grab that, grab there. Now we're threatening knight to F7 check, and then after his king moves, we just bring our queen in. Oh, true. I like that idea. So, queen takes there. Oops. Come on, there. Takes check, king up, takes, and then, knight. I like it. Knight comes in, yeah. But, yeah. Yeah, that does puts the queen away for sure, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. There is no need for that. Wham. King comes up. Queen takes. Because if queen gets a little too greedy and overreaches, see you later. And so if knight takes, pawn takes, and there's no real way to getting back. Wham. There we go. Good find there. That was an excellent find. One sec, let me check something out. Okay. Probably do like one or two more of these. Maybe one more after this. Let's see if we played knight takes f7 check. If rook takes, actually, if rook takes f7, queen takes e8, e8 check, and rook comes back to f8, queen takes f8 equals mate. And if queen takes, rook takes, if rook takes, then queen takes, same thing. Yeah. Oh, we have check. Ah. No. 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 We can't do that. That's right. I forgot. Our king's on this diagonal. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, we could just take back. But then he's got to check. I think we're fine even if we take. Let's see here. Takes. If he takes there, we take there. Oh yeah, you're right. He does. He can actually take back at that point. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because we're down material. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we're down a whole rook. Yeah, I think rotates. Let's take a lookie. Queen e4. Well, if we do there, he takes that, right? And then we grab the queen. So it's the old remove the guard. You gotta love it when a plan comes together. Well, you meant queen e1 for the first move. Okay, let's take a look at that. Hey, I'm game. Yeah. Then you take. Then you take. And then you take. See, it works. Yep. It does work for us, and we dominate. Yes, we do. Yeah. Let me see here. That is black. Trying to hold on. Let me go back because I want to see what your. I see what you're saying. Oh, I get you. I got you. I see what you're saying. Like if we play here, right? And then he takes there. We could take with the. You could actually take with the queen, and then he'll just move, and then we just go there. Yeah. That's perfect. Yep, I see what you're saying. That works. Yeah. All those moves that you proposed work out for us. So it works out all the time. I'm not repeating. Well, let me see then. Maybe I'm missing something. E5. Oh, I gotcha. Oops, my bad there. Oh, for white, gotcha. I see what you're saying. For white, okay. I gotcha. I see. Oops. Let's do it again. A little too hasty there. Okay. I see. For white, gotcha. Okay, because you know it's always worth taking a look. I think potentially this would have been the shutdown move. Bugs. Sometimes bugs are a pain. And I think it's a draw at this point, yeah. Oh, sorry. Takes first. Okay, comes up. And, we're winning, huh? Wow. Yeah, still winning. That is true. That is true. True. That still is winning. The computer was like, I don't like it. Then all of a sudden, I like it. Boy. Let me see. I'm trying to see if Queen H. I'm trying to see if Queen G4 isn't a move. But I'm not sure if we do we accomplish enough from that. A nice find on that economy. That does cause some problems for sure. But I still think we're okay. I'm trying to see. So if we play here, he's got that. We could play rook takes bishop. And then if rook takes, bishop takes, pawn, he's got that there. So I'm not sure if we might have check. Do we have check here? We can come in with check. Huh. I think we suffer from the same type of setup though. I was looking at that too, chess. So if we take there, he takes there, we play here. I think he still has that. Then you take, then he plays there. And I don't know if we accomplish enough from that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was looking at that too. I'm like, huh. That's a puzzle for sure, huh? Could be rook. Yeah. I'm thinking that let's see, how long have I been on? Oh, perfect. That was a fun one. I'll do one. We could do one more, guys. One more, then I gotta log off. One more. One more time. One more puzzle for you and me. Do do do. Do do do. I'm liking this move here. Queen to d3, loving it. Loving it. I like this. I believe we're queen d3. It creates a battery. It creates a battery, attacks the bishop, and also keeps this under because then we could play bishop. So if we played here and let's say play something like that, we can actually play in here, king moves, and then mate. Bishop e4, we don't win anything in that line. I believe it comes down to like a 4, because we're threatening mate in like 3, and he's going to lose a piece with queen d3. Trust me, calculate that out. I was looking at queen d3. He's going to lose something in that line. Because he'll have to shut down with f5, and then we just grab that. You like bishop e4, but what if? Well, I guess you do win a piece, don't you? Oh, true. True, gotcha. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Cause okay. Bishop there. The queen's gonna slide over, and then you get to take the knight. Okay. Then you get to take the knight. Okay. Okie dokie. Then you take there, and if queen takes here, we take there and we checkmate. Okay. You guys have any questions on this? I think I could do one. Well, I don't know. Should I do one more? Get into it? Well, one more. I can't help it. We're this is fun. One more. Do 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 do. Taking queen c3. That's my first check. My first look. What do you guys think? Queen c3? Yep, let's go for it. Okay, queen takes knight is forced, otherwise he's got to check. I'm thinking queen takes b3, queen takes b3, d takes e5. What do you guys think? Am I missing, is it queen takes or rook? I'm afraid of rook takes because if we, not afraid, I'm just concerned of rook takes a3. Because I think he's got perpetual at that point. Rook takes sorry, not a3, b3. Because queen to a8 check. But if we don't, let's say we take with the rook, right? Let's say we take with the rook, and then he checks. We have to, oh, we could intercept, oh, that makes sense. Silly me, we could intercept with the bishop. Okay. Yeah, so if we take, nope, we can't, yep, yeah, we can intercept with the bishop, that's right. Because if he checks here, we just intercept. And then we have a threat of mate. Yeah. Yeah, good job, guys. Okay. Well, we'll call it here. Do you guys have any questions on this puzzle? Hold on, let me see. any questions on this puzzle? Oh, let's take a look. Oops. I don't think so. I think it's a draw. I think he trades, and then he can take. After we take, oh, he pushes. Okay. It takes, and then takes. Yeah, it's a draw. It ends up becoming a draw. So good find there. I missed that you could actually move the bishop to b8 to intercept the queen's check. I missed that. So you guys all good? Alrighty. Well, guys, I wanted to thank you all for logging on and spending your time with me on Chess Cruncher TV. And we're getting better. Sometimes it's like those small things like missing with a rook. Just a rook. I could have taken it with the rook and got it. I missed that the rook was hanging, but we learned from it. And remember, always be a good sport, win or lose, because it's never attractive to, what my opponent did was he has said a lot of bad things, and there's no reason to do that. Whatever happened, my opponent should take it back, learn from it, and then apply it to their next game, and not do that, because it only makes people feel bad. That's not the point of chess. Chess is a game of the mind. It doesn't care what comes out of the mouth. It only cares what's in the mind. So keep that in mind when you let outside things affect when you're playing. Don't do that, because you have to keep everything centered. Keep it all centered. And then once we get that, we get to do the Bruce Lee quote: "Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do." So at that point, we know to center ourselves through the Lord Jesus, and we know that we need to be willing. Willing is not enough. You can be willing to do something, but you must do it. So keep that in mind. And if you guys are interested in St. Louis, I don't know if it's a rest day tomorrow, but it's getting pretty tight. Fabi won yesterday, so it's going to be interesting. It's a tie, a pretty big tie. It's going to come down to it. It's going to be cool. Well, guys, so if you want to log on, you can check that. So I'm not sure if it's a rest day. I haven't checked yet, so don't quote me on that. Well, guys, I'll leave you with that thought, and remember, I'll leave you with this thought. Remember that what the person who came in hung up their coat, hung up their hat, and the thing that people said couldn't be done, we could do. So just keep that in mind, and keep pushing forward. Okay, I'll leave you with that. As Wesley So says, through the Lord Jesus, as I say, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, guys, and Lord willing, I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll do some more studies, more in the Dutch Stonewall, or the London versus the Dutch. That'll be fun. And we'll do some more puzzles and games, and we'll improve. Remember, always, though, be a good sport. Bye-bye, guys. Be blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow.